Oh, it's been so long. You probably said, did he just give up on this podcast? Like, where has Bek Lover been? I'm never giving up. So don't give up on me. You're in the right place. If you want to know about all the crazy news that's going on, you got people claiming to be the savior of the world, Imam Madi, also known as the spiritual Muslim leader who will come towards the end of times. Can you get out of the shop, please? You're messing up my green screen. Like, move that way. Thank you. We're streaming live. I haven't gone anywhere, man. I've been filming, vlogging. I've launched a new channel, and I need your help. I got to get to 1,000 subs as fast as possible. So if you support my work, I need your help now more than ever. And if you're new to the show, man, oh man, did you come down a rabbit hole. Welcome to the Interesting Times podcast, right here on the Bek Lover Podcast. Before I jump into all the crazy stories, we've missed so much over the last few weeks. I've been traveling all over the place. We're going to talk about Virginia Giuffre, okay? Not an accident what happened to that woman. I don't care what anybody says. We're going to talk about this clown who's, I am Abdullah, leader of this and leader of that, and we're going to talk about end times. We're going to talk about all the other news stories, Ukraine and Trump and all the usual stuff. And before we get into all that, I just want to give you guys and girls a heads up. I've launched a new channel, okay? I hope it starts moving. I don't know if it's because I'm being suppressed. I really have no idea. People with worse content are getting millions of views. I'm viral on everyone's platforms but my own. I really think I was punished for everything that happened in 2019 and 2020. Those of you that have been with me from the beginning, I've been very vocal. I've stood out against what was coming for us, what they were doing to us. And my channel was never the same. Billions of views on TikTok, billions of views on Instagram, hundreds of millions of views on YouTube, but not on my own handles. Does that make sense to you? Doesn't make sense to me. In any event, I still thank you for all of your help. I have upgraded a lot of equipment. Okay, they're watching me in 4K now. Are we in 4K now? 1080p. Why are we still in 1080p? They want 4K, man.
There's technicalities of doing.
There's technicalities, he says. Yeah. Here's the good news. I started a vlog. There's a lot about my life none of you know. And I promise you, if you watch this vlog, you're going to love it. And it starts off okay, and it just really starts getting crazy. So I really hope you'll go to the new channel, BEK, that's Bek Vlogger, because it's a vlog. And I'm going to be ranting daily on here also. This is going to be a different style of content. I promised you I was going to do it. Here's the new channel. You got 3 episodes, full episodes up already. We're going to be releasing shorts and reels, and I know you're going to enjoy it, and I'm going to give you a little taste of what it's all about. So here we go. Let's play the first clip from my new vlog, Bek Vlogger.
It would be late at night on a school night. My dad would be watching TV, and Chris Hansen would be there. And my mother and father's eyes would be glued to the television. And we'd watch Chris Hansen to catch a predator, and my dad would say, you see how sick they are? Do you see why you gotta be careful online? Do you see that they can grab you? And I won't use the language my father used. Basically, he would say, they will catch you on internet and they will in your ass. My dad used to make me watch To Catch a Predator, bro. Chris Hansen is a hero, man. This man is a legend.
So just so you understand, for those of you that are listening to this show, because it is available where all podcasts are available, I flew out to Cleveland, Ohio, to True Blue TV, met with Chris Hansen, the legend from To Catch a Predator. Here's the vlog. I show you where I am, how I'm traveling, who I'm meeting, and I go and meet up with Chris Hansen, someone I've always looked up to. Chris Hansen is a legend. This guy has saved thousands of children from God knows what kind of horrors if these predators would have gotten their hands on these children on the other side of the internet. And we've heard these horror stories throughout the US and the world. Chris Hansen, someone that's helped bring a lot of attention to this subject. And I love the man. And meeting him, I felt the same way. This is a stand-up dude. From what I could tell, very good energy. And he was a gentleman. So please go to the vlog, man.
So these sick people who would want to take advantage of minors, and you know and I know, it wouldn't be just physical. A lot of times these kids go missing and just their bodies are found, and only their parents can imagine what happened to these kids. You had people like Chris Hansen taking them off the street. You had people like Chris Hansen letting them know there is a Batman out there who doesn't wear a cape. And then he'd come out.
Hey, Jeff, have a seat right over there.
I knew that was gonna happen.
Who knows what will happen next? The tear.
Oh, please, God, please, sir.
Oh, Lord.
Person's life was over. Chris Hansen became a legend and saved God knows how many children. One of you today could be watching whose life was saved by Chris Hansen and you don't even know it. This is someone who I felt like I've known my whole life, but this is the first time I'm meeting him in real life. This was my father and my mother sitting me on a couch, even though I was 19 years old, but we were the first generation to be exposed to it. My generation, I'm 42, we're the AOL generation. Plugging into the computer, not really realizing the.
Again, I'm not going to make the whole episode about this. I just want to let you know there's a different style of content. It's basically a reality show about my life. I'm the one producing it with Al the Pal. We take the camera everywhere with us. So if you want more access to me, you kind of want to see my day-to-day, it's very different than the other content I've put out there. So I hope you'll enjoy it. And I do sprinkle some God in there because I know a lot of you like that type of stuff. Here's another little clip I'll give you since you're watching live. I meet up with Majid Nawaz, someone I never met before, and Mo Pacino, the artist signed by Shaq. I did a podcast with him.
To Cleveland, Ohio. I'm with Mo Pacino. We just left True Blue Studios. My breath's kicking, I know.
No.
It's Ramadan.
Are you coming or are you going somewhere else?
Well, I don't know. It's up to you. What are you doing? Where are you
We're
going?
going to eat Arabic food. And then go to the mosque and go Allahu Akbar, Allahu
He
Akbar.
can't come because he's not going to the mosque.
Yeah.
And I don't want to drive all the way back.
This was during
We're
Ramadan.
going to Allahu Akbar,
you
Allahu
wanna-
Akbar. And I'm about to break fast. My boy brought me to this restaurant. It's called Ferris. And they
Even
got
I forget
soul
what I
food.
say,
So
right?
everyone's like getting ready to break their fast. I've never hung out in Cleveland, so this is my first time. So I'm going to vlog a little bit so you guys can kind of see what I've been up to. Make sure you stop by Ferris. Get shawarma, all your Middle Eastern food.
So yeah, you guys are going to love it, man. I'm telling you.
No, I do, but
I hope you'll check out the channel, BekVlogger.com. That's BekVlogger.com. BekVlogger.com. And just in case you missed it, was I actually there? Let's see. Let's freeze frame that. I don't know. I don't see me. Where am I? Am I here? Let's take a look. I don't see me. There I am. See that big bald spot on the back of my head? Yeah, that's me. You can't miss it. Look at the size of that bald spot. I need to go to Istanbul, Turkey. Fast. Start sending some donations. We'll do the hair transplant on the show. If I raise $10,000 on this show, I will fly into Istanbul and get a hair transplant on camera, bro. What's up? They think I'm joking. So this is it. This is the travels. You see where I go, where I stay, all the usual suspects, a lot of amazing guests. Now on to the show. False prophets, possible war, India and Kashmir, Ukraine war in Russia, all hell breaking loose. We live in the age of deception. Who do we trust? Who do we call? Because we can't call Ghostbusters. There's only one person you can call. God, my friends. You better pray to God like you've never prayed before. I talk to myself when I advise you develop that relationship because we are living in a very, very, very confusing time. And it is manifesting in ways that even I can't believe what I'm seeing, like this guy. Notice something about all these people. And I'm going to pull up another image before I get into the Imam Madi story because I know a lot of you... And I haven't done a lot of research. I'm going to be reading about this guy with you and giving you my analysis. I haven't really read much about it. I did see the video. I am the one. I am the Pope. I am come on, man. So look at this. New head of WEF. Okay. Watch this. Let's see this guy's face, bro. Where is he? What the hell is the guy's name? WEF successor. What's his name? There he is. Look at these people, bro. Notice a pattern with all these evil people. There's something wrong with their eyes, man. There's something wrong with these people's eyes, including this dude. Now, we know that in the faith of Islam, that one of the signs of the end of the world is that the Antichrist will have one eye that is damaged. We also know that their symbol is the all-seeing eye, the eye of Ra, Re, the sun god. This is their symbol. We all know that the Antichrist will claim to be God on the earth, just like Pharaoh claimed to be God on the earth. These are the patterns, and his kingdom is already established on the earth. His power is being consolidated, and only God knows best. But there's a chance we might see the Antichrist in our lifetime. I tell you this, if you're Christian, Muslim, because only you two believe in the Antichrist. No one else does, which is why you need to be on the same team. You have the same enemy, the same deceivers coming for both of you. And the only one that can come to save both of us is who? Jesus Christ. Peace and blessings be upon him. Isa is the only one that can save us. But I want you to notice a pattern. This is the replacement of the WEF. Look at the eye, man. Look at the eye. You go to this guy, and there's something off with his eye also. I'm noticing a pattern, man. Then that guy that was from the Satanic Church or whatever, his eye, where is he, man? Let's pull him up. There seems to be a pattern here with these deceivers. What was he? Head of Church of Satan, I think. What was his name, man? No, not that guy. Where is he? There he is. Look at this guy. Look at this guy. Devil's advocate, our Satanists, now the good guys. Lucian Greaves. Notice they all have an issue with the eye. You can't make this up, man. There he is with the statue of Baphomet. Satanic shit. This guy's eye. Okay? What else you want to know, man? These people pushing these agendas. Look at them, bro. Look at the eyes. So don't be deceived, my brothers and sisters. The prophet told us that the symbol, the sign of the false one is one eye. But God does not have one eye. Peace and blessings be upon him, the last prophet. Let's see what this clown had to say. Go. Look at the eye. Look at the eye. Let's zoom in here. You see? You see? They all have something wrong with their eyes, bro. Every last one of them. You see? Look at the eye. Okay, this guy's like the head of the Satanic Temple, Lucian Greaves. Look at his eye. Look at his eye. Does that look normal to you? Huh? It's like a popped grape. Imagine this dude ends up being it. Look at this guy. Head of the World Economic Forum. He replaced Klaus Schwab. You will own nothing and you will be happy. You will eat the bugs. This piece of shit replaced him. Look at the eye. It's scary, man. It's like you're seeing prophecy right in front of you. And I quote the prophet, peace be upon him, that the Dajjal, the Antichrist, the false Messiah will have one eye, but God does not have one eye. And it will be like someone who has two eyes, but one of them is deformed. And all these people that are wreaking havoc on the earth, look at their eyes, bro. Look at their eyes. And this dude has a problem with his eye too. Coincidence? I think not.
I am Abdullah, the first name mentioned of the Mahdis, and I have come forth as the successor of Imam Mahdi alayhi salam and the awaited Yemeni Imam Ahmad.
First of all, from my understanding, and please always double check with a scholar. Please double check with a scholar. Okay, because knowledge and the passing of knowledge, there's a responsibility from the one giving it to you, from the one that's listening to it. You should double check everything. First of all, homeboy, I promise you the Imam Madi ain't going to be speaking English the way you are. That's number one. Number two, he's not going to have pictures behind him, because our prophet, peace be upon him, strictly forbidden images. Just right off the bat. Okay, images, pictures of him, his family, okay? Forbidden in Islam. That's number 2. Number 3, to my understanding and interpretation, Imam Mahdi won't even know that he is the Mahdi. He will be such a righteous leader that he will rise, and he won't even know that he's the one, to my understanding. He's not going to come out on TikTok, I am Abdullah, I am this, with dramatic music, wearing a Scully hat, dressed like he belongs in France, drinking cappuccino. Okay? He will be naturally selected. He will naturally rise, and he won't say, I am the Imam. Like, it's just, come on, man. It's like right off the bat. And this imagery right here is all I needed to see. Let's go. Next. Let's watch the whole thing. Let's see here.
Abdullah decides who is to rule, who is to lead, and who is to serve his greater purpose. And the proof of this divine wisdom unfolds through the generations. As the rightful heirs come forth, the true guides emerge, and the people are tested in their loyalty to the truth. 10 years ago, on this very day, the 23rd of January 2015, a momentous prophecy was fulfilled. The Prophet Muhammad said, Hijaz will be ruled by a man whose name is the name of an animal. If you see him from far, you would think he's cross-eyed. And if you come close to him, you do not see anything wrong in his eyes. He will be succeeded by a brother of his named Abdullah. Woe to our Shia from him, and he repeated that 3 times. Give me glad tidings of his death, and I will give you glad tidings of the appearance of the Hujjah.
I mean, this is funny stuff, man. For those of you that are believers in Islam, who pray 5 times a day, who understand the core fundamentals of Islam, it's comical, it's also sad, and it's also concerning. Okay? It's all of the above. But if anyone thinks that this guy represents Imam Mahdi, you're smoking the best shit on earth. Pass it to the left side. Okay? This guy's not Imam Mahdi, I promise you. Nor anyone associated with him. And I'm not even a scholar on that level, and I can tell you this.
Imam Sadiq alayhi salam further clarified, whoever guarantees for me the death of Abdullah, I shall guarantee for him the Qa'im. Indeed, 10 years ago today, the world witnessed...
Could you imagine the Prophet, peace be upon him, watching a man talk about the faith with statues and pictures and portraits behind him? Could you imagine? I mean, that's all you need to know. Okay? In a room where men and women are mixed together and they're uncovered. I mean, what else you want to know, man? What else do you want to know?
The death of King Abdullah of Saudi Arabia, the ruler of Hijaz, whose reign had embodied the very prophecy that had been foretold by the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
Where's all these white chicks coming from? I guess Imam Madi wants to be surrounded by hot white girls with blonde hair. Astaghfirullah, bro. May God have mercy on us. Could you imagine the Imam Mahdi being surrounded by beautiful blonde women? Chilling.
This ruler, whose brother's name was the name of an animal.
This is what you call deception. We live in a time of deception. So many people are finding the path. So many people are waking up to the truth. So many people are on spiritual journeys. I get your fan mail from all over the world, from Muslims and non-Muslims, who say you have started to study these things because you are feeling this connection to God. I never ask anyone to believe what I believe. I respect everyone's faith and everyone's choice. And I chose my path. And I respect you and having your right. I pray that you find the truth. I pray that we all find the truth. But we all can't be right either. So I pray that you take this spiritual thing serious, because we live in chaotic times. We live in times of deception. I pray that you pray to the Creator to give you guidance. I think that's a fair prayer. I'm not asking you to believe what I believe. I'm asking you to look, investigate, go deep. It's not something you learn in a day or a month or a year. But ask yourself deep down inside, with the intellect that the Creator gave you. Not from a TikTok video, not from Bek. Go speak to scholars. Learn from them of every faith. And then compare and see if what you believe is the truth. But this guy is I won't say the F word. Trying to be more Muslim. This guy is a clown, bro. That's all I got to say. I don't even want to watch the rest of the video. But let's play.
Fed, and whose appearance was said to be akin to someone.
That is a good seeker here in the comments says he's giving Harun Yahya vibes. That's exactly the kind of vibes he's giving. For those of you who don't know who Harun Yahya is, he was some Turkish religious dude. He was making videos and movies and a big show in Turkey, and he always had hot women undressed around him. I mean, there's nothing spiritual about it, man. There's nothing spiritual about the commingling of the sexes, man, unless it's in a state of matrimony. You know, we're not supposed to be in close contact like this from the spiritual perspective.
Cross-eyed, fulfilled the first part, half and the lion and the yearling together, and a little child will lead them. And the words of Isaiah are fulfilled through me, that little child. But the love I preached could not be tolerated by the thieves, false rulers and leaders.
I truly believe there's an agenda to make so much noise, to make Islam look like a joke, because Islam is the biggest threat to the entire world. When I mean the world, I don't mean other human beings. To the system that is in place, to the banking system, to everything, to fashion, to television, to music, to all of it. So they will do anything they can to make it look comical and stupid and silly and evil and violent. And unless you understand this faith, you will believe that also. That's what these types of characters that I think are paid for and funded by foreign governments to create chaos in the world, to lead people astray and make them think there's no reason to read the last testament of God. There's no reason to read the Holy Quran. I ask all of you, even if you're a non-Muslim, read the book. What are you going to lose? What can you possibly lose except understanding what 1/5 of the world believes? That's all. This guy's a clown. I don't want to give him any more attention than he's gotten. He's a fucking clown. There, I said it. God forgive me for cursing. Clown. Now, someone that's not a clown is this guy. And I had the pleasure of meeting him last month. He was one of the founding members of Mumford & Sons, the band. He played the banjo. Grammy-winning rock star stuns Carolyn Levitt with free speech question. Here we go.
Quarter of a million people issued non-crime hate incidents. As we speak, there are people in prison for quite literally reposting memes. We have extensive prison sentences and for tweets, social media posts, and general free speech issues. Would the Trump administration consider political...
I'm really wondering if this girl's his wife, bro. Like, look at the way she's digging him, bro. Like, she's digging this guy. Another reason why the sexes shouldn't be close. Now, I don't know if it's his wife. I had the pleasure of meeting him last month in True Blue TV headquarters. Okay, he was one of the founding members of Mumford & Sons. Just to show you, here's a picture of me and him together. Okay, this is a guy who got kicked out of the band because he stood up for something he believed in. He leans to the right. He's very far right. So they kicked him out of the band, but he's been sticking up for free speech. So he was in the Trump White House today asking if they would let people from the UK, because a lot of people in the UK are being arrested. I won't even travel to that country anymore. There is no free speech left in the UK. They will arrest you, even if you're an American. So I don't recommend. I say we all boycott the UK. Fuck the UK. How about that?
asylum for British citizens in such a situation?
Well, to your latter question, it's a very good one. I have not heard that proposed to the president, nor have I spoken to him about that idea, but I certainly can and talk to our national security team and see if it's something the administration would entertain.
Yes, please.
To your first question about free speech in the United Kingdom, the Vice President has been incredibly outspoken about this for good reason. And the President has spoken about this as well directly with your Prime Minister when he was here for a visit to the White House. So it remains a critical endeavor of ours to show the Brits and your country, which we love and admire, about the First Amendment and the importance of free speech.
Which is why you're deporting people. I know they're not citizens, but if they're visiting the land of the free, they should have some of those rights. That's why you're arresting and deporting people that are speaking and protesting publicly against the war in the Middle East, right? Because that's free speech, right? That's not trampling on free speech. Clowns, bro. The age of deception, the age of lying to your face, the age of, smile and backstab by the people that lead us, bro. We live in the time of deception, okay? And people are like worshiping Trump like he's God and he's this and that. Let's see, man. Remember, I voted for him because there's no one else to vote for. I supported him. He talked a good game. We're going to release the files. They didn't release shit. Okay? Damn, it's hot in here. These studio lights are hot, man. Ooh, it's hot right now. Okay? How many people in the chat? How many? That's it. You see, they don't want you to see me. Wow, it was 70 before. It was 70 people. We got 50 people in here. I got 100 lights on me. I'm boiling hot right now. Now to this thing. This broke my heart, okay? I was expecting this, okay? I expected it a long time ago, okay? But they won't do it right away because right away is obvious, you know? So they wait a couple years. But sooner or later, they catch up to you. And people I think that are in trouble, Myron Gaines, fresh and fit. Next, in my opinion, God help you. Dan Blazarian, Candace Owens. These people, I believe, all of their lives are in danger. They're going to have the same fate as I think. May God, we'll see what happens. But you should be able to read between the lines if you know what I mean. That statement alone should tell you exactly what I'm talking about. So Jeff Epp, Virginia Giuffre, heartbreaking final days before her loss of life was revealed. Okay, we can't even use certain words, man. Meanwhile, you got people doing full salutes, saying all kinds of horrible things, yet my channel's the one that's suppressed. I don't get it, man. So we all know she said many times, I am not at risk of taking my own life. I am not at risk of taking my own life. I am not at risk of taking my own life. Okay? What do you think? I don't think she took her own life. I think she was offed, bro. We still don't have justice for what happened. We still don't know all the politicians involved. We still don't know which foreign power was involved using this operation as a way to, in my opinion, to blackmail politicians. That's the fucking truth. But I think we all know who did it and why. So, heartbreaking. She lost her life for coming forward. She did not take her own life, in my opinion. What the hell is going on here? So, rest in peace, Virginia. May God have mercy on your soul for being brave enough to come forward. May God have mercy on your soul, and may whoever hurt you and whoever was involved in this operation, may they all be exposed. I don't want anything from God except for him to show us the truth. And if we don't take care of business after that, then we deserve the wrath and the punishment of God. Because God's not coming down here to fight our battles for us. There's light and darkness. There's good and evil. And we have to decide what we're going to allow in this world. And what we're going to allow to happen to our nation. And what we're going to allow to happen to our fellow American and our fellow human beings across the planet. And you got to get to a point where you're so sick and tired of the way things are that you push back. They came after your children, folks. They're coming after your kids. Your kids. What else you want to know? Your children, bro. if you're a man. Because I forget the women. And you know what? In these last 10 years, I'll be honest with you, the women have been more brave than the men, in my opinion. Virginia's just an example of that. Where are the men? They won't even speak, let alone do something like go to a protest or whatever it is, man. The women have been more vocal than the men. More brave, in my opinion, when it comes to combating this dark force that has taken its hold of the world. What are people more worried about? A hypothetical fight between a gorilla and 100 people. This is what's viral right now. Forget children, forget Yemen's being bombed, forget Indian Kashmir about to go to war, forget the Ukraine and Russia might, forget all that. What would happen if a gorilla, he fought 100 men? This is what we're wasting our time on? This is what's viral right now? Distractions, age of deception, stupidity, the masses following nonsense. Yo, if you're broke and you got time to worry about if a gorilla fights 100 guys, what would happen, and you can't pay your rent, bro, and you're driving a 25-year-old car, bro, and your kids are starving, bro, you're a fucking loser, bro. What would happen if a gorilla fight 100 men? What would happen? Who cares what would happen? The problem is nobody wants the truth.
I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
We're going to give you the truth. That's what's going on. That's what we're wasting our time on. Let's read the article. Could 100 men take on a silverback gorilla and win? That's the hypothetical question that's setting social media afire. AI-generated simulations and even prompting celebrities to weigh in on the ludicrous interspecies matchup. The post has amassed over 270 million views at the time of writing and spawned countless replies from commenters, many of whom ridiculed the poster over his outlandish seeming assertion. No matter how dedicated you are, all 100 of you will meet your maker after a very violent and vicious death, scoffed one naysayer. Maybe God be with you all. And they're showing these diagrams and these pictures. Mr. Beast, who employed a very sick individual who transitioned into a female, supposedly, which you can't do, it's impossible, but became trans and did some very weird shit with children. You know, that guy that's still fucking famous, that he should be broke and everyone should boycott his ass because of that? You know, that fucking guy? You know, Mr. Beast? I don't find the name to be coincidental. YouTuber Mr. Beast, real name Jimmy Donaldson, offered to put his hypothetical match up to the test. Gorillas can lift 27 times their own body weight. The 100 people got to practice in the park for 2 weekends straight, and they got it, said one. What a stupid conversation we're having, and the world's on fire, bro. So this super common chemical was just linked to 356,238 deaths, and you almost certainly have it in your home. A shocking new study suggests that common chemicals found in a wide range of everyday plastic products may have contributed to 300,000 plus heart disease deaths worldwide. Our finding added to vast body of evidence that the chemicals present a tremendous danger to human health. What else is new? Patatalit. How do you pronounce this word? If someone in the comments can pronounce this word, I'll give you $5 in Bitcoin. Well, pH is fatalities have also been shown to potentially interfere with children's brain development. The new study, led by researchers of NYU Langone Health, puts spotlight on one especially common fatality. Di-2-ethexylfatata. I can't pronounce these terms. If you can pronounce these terms, you're a genius. Exposure has been shown in other studies to prompt an overactive immune response. Researchers sifted through health and environmental data from dozens of surveys on DHP exposures across 200 countries and territories. The findings were stark. DHP exposure contributed to more than 13% of all heart disease. Okay? commonly added to plastic products to make them softer and more flexible. So pretty much everything that's touching our food. That's great news, man. Great news. They're used in perfumes. I don't know about you people, but I do use cologne or whatever. I never put it on my skin, man. Never. I have very sensitive skin. I'll spray. I just bought 2 bottles of Creed, man. Fucking expensive, man. Is a perfume really worth $500, bro? I bought it. I'll never buy it again, bro. $500, man. It's crazy, man. Prince Andrew is finished, by the way, I forgot to cover this, is finished after Virginia Giuffre's death. The death by unaliving herself has brought a tragic end to the royal scandal that engulfed Prince Andrew. Remember she was in pictures with Bill Clinton? Remember this girl? Yeah. Not an accident, man. We look on X right now. Let's see what's trending, man. Let's see what's trending. Let's do this live in real time right now. The Knicks, Doc Rivers, nothing important. Nothing that really matters for the world. Nothing. This guy's a scumbag.
We can make
The fact that Andrew Cuomo is not in jail for what he did in New York City and what he did during 2019, the fact that he can even run for mayor and actually even have a chance to win is mind-boggling to me. Let's play this clip from X. Let's see what this scumbag has to say. Look at his face, bro.
we can make New York safe. We can
Imagine the guy who allowed New York City to become a disaster on purpose, allowed rioting, looting, shut it down excessively, destroyed business. We still haven't recovered from him. Imagine this guy is now up there saying, we can make New York safe again. You piece of shit. You piece of human waste. You piece of shit. You garbage. You poo. You're the reason.
can make New York healthy and affordable and fair, and we can make New York better than it's ever been. We don't want to just rebuild New York. We want to make New York better and stronger than it has ever been, because every generation's obligation is to turn this place over to our children.
You don't give a shit about children, you nipple-pierced bastard. So, Houthi rebels say a U.S. airstrike that hit Yemeni prison holding African migrants killed 68 people and wounding 47 others. There's been a ton of military strikes against Yemen. Most of it's been happening quietly in the background of the Trump administration. They want to pass a law that you can't even say that Jews took out Jesus, which is a historical fact, unless you're a Muslim, because we don't believe he died. We believe he was resurrected instantly. He never had to be hung on the cross, and that's why he's coming back down. But people are sounding the alarm. Even other Jews are saying there's something about this bill that really attacks the First Amendment. You know, I wish they would pass these rules for the way people treat Muslims in America, but I guess Muslims don't have any rights. I guess we only got to worry about the Jews and if anyone says anything bad about them, I guess. Because Muslims have been facing Islamophobia for the last 25 years, like excessively in America. But hey, as long as they're protected, you know, fuck everyone else, right? Ukraine journalist who died in Russian captivity was tortured and had her organs removed, joint media report says. This is reported by CBS News. Ukrainian journalist Victoria Rashchina, who died in Russian captivity, was tortured and had her organs removed from her body, was returned, according to a joint media report published Tuesday through Forbidden Stories. The forensic examination revealed numerous signs of torture and ill treatment. These included a broken rib, neck injuries, and possible electric shock marks on her feet. Well, she's gone. You know, you really got to respect journalists. Like a real journalist that's doing their job, man. Brave people, man. Brave people, man. India's planning military strike, Pakistan minister says. Okay, this is developing. India's Narendra Modi reportedly gave the Indian military operational freedom to respond to last week's militant attack in Pahalgam. In disputed Kashmir, Islamabad accused India of using the attack as a pretext. It comes after Indian Prime Minister on Tuesday reportedly authorized his country's armed forces to respond to a deadly attack in disputed Kashmir. Now, this whole Kashmir thing has been going on for a long time. For those of you that don't know or don't care, after Pakistan and East and West Pakistan, and after Gandhi, and they got independence from Britain, there was always tensions, and the Indians, from my understanding, occupied Kashmir, which is a Muslim majority. I believe it's territory of Pakistan. They've been treating the people there pretty poorly. My first activism actually in life was to bring attention to what was going on in Kashmir in the 90s. It was some of the first activism I ever did actually in my life. So, is that you? Let's see. Let's see this clip from Atullah Tarar.
Pakistan has credible intelligence that India intends carrying out military action against Pakistan in the next 24 to 36 hours on the pretext of baseless and concocted allegations of involvement in the Pahalgam incident. India's self-assumed hubristic role of judge, jury, and executioner in the region is reckless and vehemently rejected. Pakistan has been the victim of terrorism itself and truly understands the pain of this scourge. We have always condemned terrorism in all its forms and manifestations anywhere in the world. Being a responsible state, Pakistan open-heartedly offered a credible, transparent, and independent investigation by a neutral commission of experts to ascertain the truth. Unfortunately, rather than pursuing the path of reason, India has apparently decided to tread the dangerous path of irrationality and confrontation, which will have catastrophic consequences for the complete region and beyond. Evasion of credible investigation is in itself sufficient evidence exposing India's real motives. Consciously making strategic decisions hostage to public sentiments, purposefully trumped up for securing political objectives, is unfortunate and deplorable. Pakistan reiterates that any such military adventurism by India would be responded to assuredly and decisively. The international community must remain alive to the reality that the onus of escalatory spiral and its ensuing consequences shall squarely lie with India. The nation reiterates its resolve to defend the sovereignty and territorial integrity of Pakistan at all costs. Pakistan Zindabad.
Why should you be concerned? You might be living in Texas right now or Ohio, drinking a cappuccino, saying, I want to watch this crazy fucking Albanian named Bek Lover and what he has to say about the world. Why should I worry about Pakistan? Well, I'll give you one word. Nukes. They got nukes. Nukes. Two nuclear powers on the border that hate each other. They go at it. Guess what? A lot of people die. The world goes into chaos. You know what's interesting to watch always, though? Is like when they close the border between the Pakistan and India. I always like watching that, man. Let me see that. Like, the ceremony's crazy. We should put some Wu-Tang on this. Look at this ceremony. It's like crazy, man. It's like they go at it, man. They dress up in these wild-ass costumes. Every day they close the gates. And they do these, like, marches and stuff. You know? They, like, kick their legs up like Bruce Lee, like the Rockettes. It's just crazy, man, that we all got to have this animosity towards each other, man. It sucks. What a crazy time to be alive. Let's see here. What do we got here? So, if we don't lose enough money in America, U.S. fighter jet rolls off aircraft carrier as ship reportedly swerves Houthi fire. Crew members jump out of the Super Hornet before jet and towing tractor fall into the Red Sea. U.S. sailors had to leap for their lives when a fighter jet fell off a Navy aircraft carrier that was reportedly making evasive maneuvers to avoid Houthi militant fire in the Red Sea. The FA-18 fighter Super Hornet jet, along with the vehicle towing it into a place of the deck of the USS Harry S. Truman, rolled right out of the hangar and into the water. This is reported by The Guardian. Unnamed U.S. officials indicated to CNN that the ship was swerving to avoid incoming fire from Yemeni Houthi rebel forces. You got to give one thing to the Yemenis and the Houthis. They don't seem to be scared of anybody, bro. They're willing to fight Israel, America. Like, they're not scared. These people don't seem to be scared of anybody, my friend. At all. Not getting into the politics, but you definitely got to have balls to fight these two powers, right? You got to have some serious balls to even think you could fight America or Israel. And they don't give a fuck. So their people have been going through a lot the last 10 years. This is a story of what I call being a fucking idiot twice. Climber rescued from Mount Fuji twice in 1 week. Okay? Listen to this story. This is funny. CNN reports, authorities in Japan have rescued the same climber from the slopes of Mount Fuji twice in 1 week. The 27-year-old man was first rescued on Tuesday after falling ill. Shizuoka Prefectural Police told CNN on Monday he had to be rescued again on Saturday after returning to the mountain to retrieve his belongings, including a cell phone that he left behind. On Tuesday, the climber, a Chinese college student currently living in Japan, reached the summit, right, the top of the mountain, which sits at 12,388 feet before experiencing altitude sickness. On Saturday, he was rescued from an altitude of more than 3,000 meters after feeling ill once again. His life is not in danger. The man made the double ascent of Japan's most famous mountain outside of the official climbing season. Bro, I would have left my phone and never looked back. Okay, if I had to get rescued off that damn mountain, first of all, I would have never went that high. And then go back again, you're an idiot. Supreme Court weighs whether law enforcement can be held accountable for a raid on a wrong house here in the U.S. I think they should be held accountable. I think if they don't do their due diligence and they kick down the door and they go into the wrong house and they open fire or kill someone or someone gets hurt, they should be held accountable. So let's see what the Supreme Court ends up ruling on that. Take It Down Act addressing non-consensual deepfakes and revenge adult material, starts with a P. Congress has overwhelmingly approved bipartisan legislation to enact stricter penalties for the distribution of non-consensual intimate imagery, sometimes called revenge porn. We just say the word, man, at this point. Known as the Take It Down Act, the bill is now headed to President Donald Trump's desk for his signature. And that's messed up. I mean, if you go with someone and then you take pictures of them and you put them up on the internet, I mean, that's just disgusting, man. You destroy someone's life, man. I don't think we have anyone coming to save us. I have a very viral clip. There's no one coming to save us. Only we can save us. I think we're in trouble. I think everyone's compromised. God help us. And this is the new head of the WEF. What comes to mind? Drop a comment when you see this guy's face, this guy's eye. This guy is the new Klaus Schwab. I'm boiling in the studio right now. Al, we got to figure this out. We got to put the AC on or something. I can't do it. I'm about to die in here, man. In any event, I'm sorry I took so long. It's not because I took breaks. I swear to God, I've been traveling, working. Al's been working every day, I swear to God, for hours. And we're having trouble getting traction, man. It's not because we don't have popping content. I don't know what to tell you, folks. It's very disheartening. We work extremely hard here. We don't have, we don't have anybody but you, man. We go on everyone else's platforms, we crush it. Our content gets shared all over the world. I just don't know what else we can do. We're trying everything. I don't know. It's very, very disheartening. With that said, just remember one thing. This life is crazy. You're going to go down no matter what. Eventually, your eyes ain't going to open, right? You're just not going to be here. So go out swinging, my friends. Seize the day, because you don't know if you have tomorrow. No matter what you've been through, no matter how hopeless it seems, no matter how chaotic the world becomes, never give up, never surrender. I'm going to keep doing what I'm doing. You keep doing what you're doing. Make sure you stay tuned and you check out the next episode. I appreciate all of you. And remember, all we want is what? The truth. We just want the truth, man. You can't handle the truth. Till the next time, this is Bek Lover. Don't forget to go to the vlog channel. Make sure you do that right now. Go to the vlog, drop a comment so I know you came from the live and went to the vlog. This is Bek Lover. Till the next time.
Bek Lover.